let's find out what this new color is. Gotta cut open the packaging. Here it is! It's called Prize Ribbon and it's a beautiful blue. I can't wait to see what we can make with this. I've got some Distress Oxide, Distress Ink, spray, paint, stain. So let's see what we can do with some of this Prize Ribbon blue. Alright, so I'm going to be making some sort of mixed media tags, super simple. I'm just trying to play around with this beautiful new blue color. If you are excited for this new Prize Ribbon blue from Tim Holtz and Ranger Ink, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the things. And I'm just going to share a few simple tags that I've made with this color just to kind of show you how beautiful it is. So I'm going to grab some of my Tim Holtz tags. Here's one that I've made already. I'm going to make a second one that's very similar to this. It's really, really simple, guys. You don't have to be intimidated by any of these products here. I've also made a few cards, and I have a video showing these cards over on the scrapbook.com YouTube channel. So I'll put a link down in the description that you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested in those cards. But I'm just going to make a few messy tags today. So I'm grabbing some distress tags, and these are perfect, a really great weight and cardstock for doing all kinds of messy stuff on. And I usually do pretty clean and simple cards, but when I'm just playing around and trying to get comfortable with a medium or a color or something, it's kind of fun to not have that pressure of making a perfect, clean, and simple card. Just play around with it. So I'm grabbing some of my Tim Holtz stamps here. I'm using some VersaMark ink, and I'm just going to do some embossing. I really love the dark blue and gold combination of colors, and so I'm going to go ahead and emboss this butterfly in gold, and that's going to act as a resist when I use those sprays on top of it. So I've stamped that out. I'm sprinkling some of my gold embossing powder over that image, and it's hard to see with that clear sticky ink, but once you sprinkle on that powder, it's like magic. It sticks only where you've stamped, and then you can take your heat tool to this and melt that embossing powder, and it's going to create a raised, shiny, smooth area, and you're embossing your stamped image. Now, because that area is shiny and smooth and raised, it will act as a resist on the mediums that you put over it. You can ink blend, but in this case, I am adding some distress stain, or not stain, it's the spray, it's the Distress Ink spray. It's not the oxide one, there's also an oxide spray, but I'm just using the regular Distress spray, and I'm just spritzing it all over here. I want to kind of hit those butterflies and those little insects that I've stamped there. And then I'm going to go take my heat tool and just dry a lot of that spray that I've added here. I'm going to leave a few pools and puddles of this spray because I'm also going to sprinkle on the Distress Glaze. Now, it's similar to an embossing powder, but I like to sprinkle it on these little pools here of spray, and then it kind of soaks up a little bit of that extra liquid, and you can go in with your heat tool and melt it as well. So I'm melting it. You do have to hold it on those areas for a little bit longer than you would if you sprinkled it on top of ink, because there's a lot of liquid behind there. I left quite a bit of that spray pooling there, but I think it ends up being a really cool effect because that spray kind of bubbles up with the heat, and you get a really textured, bubbled, embossed, glazed area on your project. So really fun to play with. As you can see there's a few wet spots. So I'm just kind of dipping my tag back into my glaze powder there so that I can pick some more up and then emboss it with my heat tool. So there it is, all dried, all embossed, and you can see how gorgeous that is. Super simple. It doesn't take much at all to make a tag like this, but I wanted to add a little bit more gold flecks here, so I'm picking up some of this gold shimmer from my Nuvo Midas Touch brush pen and I'm just flicking it on those blue areas. I'm trying to get a lot of gold flecks in here so it looks really sparkly, really kind of messy and chaotic, and I'm just having fun playing with this new color. So make sure you check out the description box below. I've got links to scrapbook.com where you can go ahead and buy the whole bundle of all of the items, distress ink, sprays, the glaze, everything, or you can go ahead and search the store and just pick out the individual items that you want depending on what you're going for. So I wanted to do a little bit more stamping on the background here, add a little bit more interest. So I'm just taking that distress ink, using it with another one of my stamps, and I'm going to stamp some of this scripty words on the background of my tag. I'm just stamping right over all of that color, all of that embossing. I'm not going for a perfect stamped image because that doesn't really fit the style of this tag. So I'm just randomly stamping, and I think it turned out really great. I have another stamp here that's got some words on it, and I like that variation of size with the smaller script and then these bigger words, so I'm just filling in some more areas. And you can see that these cling stamps along with that distress ink really stamps really well with a stamp block. You don't always need a MISTI, so I have these stamp blocks listed down below as well. You can get them at scrapbook.com. So that finishes my super simple tag. I've made 2 of these in not much time at all. I was just experimenting with this new prize ribbon blue from Tim Holtz and Ranger Ink. Make sure you check out that description box. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the things, and I will catch you next time. Bye!